What's up, guys? It's Jose Verduzco, aka the Noob from Noob Football Podcasts, filling in for Jan David Sutar for the AFC Northerners. And this is the Ravens review from last week and also the preview for this week's upcoming game against the Minnesota Vikings. Make sure you guys check out the Bengals review. That was uploaded, I believe, yesterday by Mark Herman. He covers all the Bengals. If you're the Bengals fan, definitely check that out. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to talk a little bit about the Ravens here. I have some notes here because I do tend to ramble on occasion. So last week, man, we lost to the Bears 27-24 in overtime. And really, we didn't deserve to win that game, man. It seemed like we were going to come back towards the end, and it didn't happen. The only reason it even looked like a close game was due to the kickoff return touchdown from Bobby Rainey. And the punt return touchdown from Michael Campanaro, man. That tied up the game for us. And towards the end of the game, there was, I believe, 12 seconds left. We had no timeouts. We were at about the 50, I think. 50 or inside their 40. And instead of throwing an out route, man, try to stop the clock, get in field goal range, we just throw it to the middle and expect that we're going to get there in time to spike the ball, man. Just a lot of mistakes, coaching-wise, personnel-wise. Just this offense is terrible, man. I can't expect them to get a first down. I just expect a 3-and-out pretty much every play. And it's sad, really, because this offense shouldn't be that bad, man. I don't know if it's Marty Morningweg. He's not fitting in as our offensive coordinator. I don't know if it's Flacco. I don't know what it is, man. It's a lack of talent. Definitely has to do with it. Speaking about Flacco a little bit, though, he threw 2 interceptions, one return for a touchdown, of course, a pick 6. But I don't really think you can blame him for those picks. Both of them were thrown right to the receivers' chests, and they were just tipped up in the air, and, they came right down into the defenders' hands. Too easy for them, man. Perriman, I can't excuse his play anymore, man. He's a bust. It is what it is. He was injured his rookie year. He didn't play at all, and then his second year was kind of underwhelming. So we were hoping that he was going to progress and turn into that Torrey Smith type that we had. That's what we were hoping for. We had cut Torrey Smith the year before, and then we drafted Brashad Perriman to take his spot. Obviously, he's not even good enough to fill Torrey Smith's shoes. And that's not saying a lot because Torrey Smith isn't a great receiver. But yeah, man, that's still not an excuse for Flacco's play, though. Very poor play. I don't know if it's because Macklin wasn't on the field, so he didn't feel as, he didn't feel like he had that safe target to throw to, basically. Wallace was just a ghost. I don't know if he was shut down by the corner every play. But yeah, man. And one play that I did want to talk about was when we were in the red zone with Flacco, man. I believe it was 3rd and goal, if I'm not mistaken. He steps up out of the pocket. He's trying to avoid the sack. And then he goes past the line of scrimmage and throws an illegal forward pass to Mike Wallace. This guy has been in the league, Joe Flacco, since 2008. And he's still doing stuff like that, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. You should know better than that. He should have just kept running. He had space. I believe if he just kept running and towards the end zone, we would have gotten a touchdown. We might have won that game if he had made that play. But obviously he didn't do it. And I do want to get into talking about next year's draft and all that because I'm very interested in that. I love talking about drafts. I don't watch college that much, to be honest, but I do love talking about the draft and stuff like that. But for now, let's talk about this week's game against the Minnesota Vikings. I'm not a betting man. I'm not going to bet against my team, but I don't see us winning this game, to be honest, man. Case Keenum, we were pretty excited to come in to Minnesota and play Case Keenum, but he's been playing great. I mean, Sam Bradford, who? It's like they don't even miss him. And I don't know if there's going to be a QB controversy there with Teddy Bridgewater back in practice. I don't know what they're going through, but I know what we're going through, and it's not good. The Vikings defense has been playing great, and I'm just hoping and praying that we don't get Flacco injured like they injured Rodgers last week. Sorry to Packers fans out there. Sorry to Aaron Rodgers, man. One of the best quarterbacks, probably the best quarterback in the game right now. and it's just sad to see him get injured that way. But anyways, getting back on topic. Our offense, we already struggle against bad to middling defenses like the Bears. The Bears do have a good front seven, but their secondary is kind of shaky. And the fact of the matter is we should have been able to win that game. So we're going into Minnesota and playing a great defense like this. I really don't see us winning this game. If I had to predict the score, I would probably say something like 26-13. Vikings win that game. I just don't know what to do, man. However, I did want to bring up, because it's interesting, I believe it was about 3 or 4 years ago. I know it was the year after we won the Super Bowl in 2012, so 2013, 4 years ago. When we played the Vikings, man, you guys have to definitely check that game out if you have not seen it. Don't watch the first 58 minutes of it, because it's the most boring game you'll ever see. But the last 2 minutes of that game, man, are the most exciting the most exciting game of football you could ever watch, man. Definitely go check it out if you haven't seen that yet. It was crazy. I don't know if that's going to happen again this year against the Vikings. We'll have to see, definitely. But yeah, man, I don't want to speak too much about it, but I do want to say a little bit about the Ravens. Safeties have been very underwhelming. A lot of people were saying that we were going to have the best safety duo in the AFC once we signed Tony Jefferson. And I didn't disagree with them, man. I mean, Eric Weddle was the best safety this past year. He was the number 1 ranked safety by PFF. And then we signed Tony Jefferson, man, from the Arizona Cardinals, and he balled out over there. And they've just been really underwhelming. I like Tony Jefferson. I love his personality. Definitely give him a follow on Instagram if you guys aren't. But he's just getting toasted, man. Like, he gets burned, like, a lot of the times, man. And it pisses me off, because we should have, like, a shutdown secondary, man. Speaking on the secondary, though, the corners have been playing amazing. I can't say enough about them. Jimmy Smith is shut down, man. And I'm so glad he's been healthy all these games through 6 weeks. Hopefully he maintains his health. I know he was out of practice this past week, but I do hope to see him play more. And Brandon Carr has just been great for us. I didn't expect him to play so great. All the Cowboys fans, when we signed him, were talking crap, like, oh, he's not going to play well for you guys. He's not going to get a pick. But he's been playing great. Aside from that one play that he got burned by Michael Crabtree, I mean, and you can't even say it was his fault, because he had no safety helping him out. So I don't blame him for that. He's been playing out of his mind. And Marlon Humphrey, originally when we did pick him at number 16, I didn't like Marlon Humphrey there. I believe we could have traded down and he would have still been on the board. But I'm not mad at it. He's been playing pretty good, rotating in there with Jimmy Smith and Brandon Carr on the outside. However, Lardarius Webb as our slot corner, he's just proven, man, he's lost a step since his injury. He's not the great shutdown corner that he used to be. And he just plays better as that safety role, man. He doesn't need to be a slot corner. And I'm hoping that's going to change, because we have Maurice Canady coming back into practice, and Jalen Hill as well. Definitely look out for Jalen Hill if you haven't seen him. He balled out this preseason. I know it was preseason against second and third string, but he was playing amazing. Undrafted rookie. Definitely look out for him. I hope he plays. I hope he makes his debut this week. Just a few more things here, guys. I haven't seen much out of Tyus Bowser and Tim Williams as I would like to. They've kind of been underwhelming. In preseason, they played pretty good. Tim Williams, he was... A lot of people were saying he was one of the best pass rushers in the draft, but obviously he dropped to us in the 4th round or the 3rd round because of his off-the-field issues. And then Tyus Bowser, man, I just loved him because of his name, man. Like, Bowser, come on now. He played great in preseason. He hasn't really done much in the regular season, but I hope he can progress. I'm not going to say much about them. They've just been kind of underwhelming. Linebackers are playing great. Mosley, he's leading the league in tackles right now. Great guy. I love that guy. I'm glad we picked him over Manti Te'o that year. Judon has been playing extremely well. Good pass rusher, good coverage. Suggs is still a beast. And Peanut, Patrick Onwusu, I really don't know how to say his name. I just call him Peanut. he's been playing extremely well in that second linebacking role next to Mosley. But it's kind of concerning because Kamale Correa, our second-round pick from 2016, 2016, he's getting outplayed by an undrafted free agent there by Peanut. So definitely kind of concerning when you look at that. And in this running defense, man, we're really missing Brandon Williams. I never knew how big of a piece he was on our defense. I knew he was great, but I never knew what such a force he is, man. Ever since we lost him and Brent Urban to injury, our run defense has just been letting everybody go by. You saw last week Jordan Howard was tearing us up. But hopefully Brandon Williams comes back. He is expected. I think he's back practicing now, so definitely hope he comes back strong. Yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Definitely check out my channel, Noob Football Podcasts. That's NOOB Football Podcasts. I do these types of videos. We do podcasts every week discussing all games, not only Ravens games. I do Madden videos occasionally, just, stuff like that. If you guys are into that, definitely check out my channel. I wouldn't be mad at you if you subscribe. But alright, guys, I am going to sign out. And the guys are going to be doing an episode next week, so definitely look out for that. They're going to be back at Rocco's Tavern. So, alrighty, guys. I will sign out like everybody else does with fuck the Patriots. Fuck them. Alrighty, guys. See you later.